Good morning, everyone. It's December 21st, 2018. I'm Eric. Mattis quits. Defense Secretary out after tense meeting with Donald Trump. This is from Tyler Durden, Zero Hedge. So, President Trump announced over Twitter that Defense Secretary James Mattis will be retiring in February. Now, this is all about a difference of opinion regarding Syria. Trump's tweet read, General Jim Mattis will be retiring with distinction at the end of February, after having served my administration as Secretary of Defense for the past 2 years. During Jim's tenure, tremendous progress has been made, especially with respect to the purchasing of new fighting equipment. I imagine what he wrote there. Let me see here. Yes. General Mattis was a great help to me in getting allies and other countries to pay their share of military obligations. A new Secretary of Defense will be named shortly. I greatly thank Jim for his service. Mattis, in his resignation letter, took a jab at Trump's recent announcement of pulling from Syria, writing, because you have the right to have a Secretary of Defense whose views are better aligned with yours on these and other subjects. I believe it is right for me to step down from my position. And I'm going to hit some highlights here from his letter. If you want to read the whole letter, I'll leave a link in the description box to this article. I have been privileged to serve as our country's 26th Secretary of Defense, which has allowed me to serve alongside our men and women of the Department of Defense, of our citizens, and our ideals. I am proud of the progress that has been made over the past 2 years on some of the key goals articulated in our National Defense Strategy. Man, it is raining like a motherfucker here. And it has been raining. The water, or the ground, is so waterlogged, it's ridiculous. One core belief I've always held is that our strength as a nation is linked to the strength of our unique and comprehensive system of alliances and partnerships. So basically, Mr. Mattis there is retiring because he didn't like Donald Trump pulling from Syria. But I think there's probably somewhere else our troops are going to be sent. Perhaps it could be, I don't know, the Ukraine. And now, total fuck up there. And now we have Putin. Putin announces advanced hypersonic weapons. Russian military plans for base in the Caribbean. Warns nuclear war shouldn't be underestimated. So now it's Russia that's doing the tough talking. And that's probably all it is, but you never know. This is from Aaron Kessel on Blacklisted News. Russian President Vladimir Putin denied the U.S. claim that Russia has developed a new cruise missile in violation of the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, which banned land-based nuclear missiles in Europe during the Cold War. Putin added that Russia has advanced hypersonic weapons, surpassing the banned weapons by the treaty, and wouldn't need new missiles. He says, no one has hypersonic weapons yet, but we have it. The U.S. and NATO warned earlier this month it would suspend its obligations under that treaty in 60 days if Russia did not fully comply with the treaty. This comes after Russia ran a drill flying 2 of its nuclear-capable strategic Tu-160 bombers over the Caribbean Sea during a 10-hour training mission. It is also worth noting that Putin recently stated that the threat of nuclear war should not be underestimated, as tensions have risen between NATO countries and Russia within the past few months. Putin added that U.S. withdrawal from the treaty could spur global catastrophe, and that he hopes common sense will prevail, but doesn't ever. I don't think so. Common sense almost never prevails. Russia appears to be making preparations for potential war. In April earlier this year, a Russian state-owned television station warned that some Americans are preparing for a coming war with Moscow, explaining to the country's residents how to stock their bunkers with water and basic necessities in case a war breaks out. Now, have you heard any such thing from our government? I suppose Homeland Security has recently said that we should be prepped for up to 6 months with supplies. But where's our bunkers? Where's our civil defense shelters? Anyway, as for the Caribbean, in combination with the socialist nation of Venezuela, which also has sanctions against it by the U.S. government, Russia plans to build a base and a military presence, presumably in response to the U.S. suggesting it will pull out of the INF Treaty. According to military envoys, Russia or Russian authorities have made a decision to deploy strategic aircraft to one of Venezuela's islands in the Caribbean, which has a naval base and a military airfield. 10 years ago, Russian experts and armed forces commanders had already visited the island of La Orchila, located 200 kilometers northeast of Caracas, Venezuela. So, oh no, I'm starting to think that we are truly headed for a war with Russia, and that would be a very unfortunate thing. Even if they didn't use nukes, it would be a devastating, long, drawn-out war. But how many short wars has the United States had? Not many. Hope everyone has a good day. Remember, kill the state before the state kills you.